Hello and welcome, dear lovers of poetry and meaning. I'm truly happy to have you here today as we journey once again into the world of Hafez of Shiraz. Today, we are exploring Sonnet number 9, a poem that begins with the freshness of spring and youth, moves through love, wine, hypocrisy, power, and imprisonment, and ends with one of Hafez's most courageous ethical statements. If you've ever wondered why Hafez can say, drink wine, live freely, but never turn the Quran into a tool of deception, stay with me until the end of this video. The garden has regained the vitality of youth once again. The sweet-voiced nightingale receives the good news of the rose. As in many of his ghazals, Hafez opens with spring, but this is not merely a seasonal description. Spring here symbolizes renewal, vitality, and the return of lost joy. The sweet-voiced nightingale is not simply eloquent, it is musical. In classical Persian culture, lan, melody, was closely tied to music. Only those who possess an inner harmony can hear the rose's message. Not everyone hears life's good news. Only those who listen with awareness do. O gentle breeze, if you pass by the young ones of the meadow, deliver my humble greetings to the cypress, the rose, and the basil. Young ones of the meadow refers both to new spring plants and metaphorically to beloved figures. The cypress symbolizes graceful stature. The rose symbolizes beauty. Basil symbolizes fragrance. Hafez does not say, send my love, but send my service, a powerful expression of humility. True love speaks the language of devotion, not entitlement. If the young wine seller displays such charm, I would sweep the tavern's threshold with my eyelashes. The Mobaka in the Persian version is a youthful attendant of the tavern, pure, unpretentious, and free of hypocrisy. The tavern in Hafez's poetry is not a place of corruption, but of truth and sincerity. Sweeping the floor with one's eyelashes signifies absolute humility before authenticity. Sometimes truth lives on the margins, not in official institutions. Oh, you who curve amber-scented locks like a polo mallet across your moon-like face, do not further disturb my already wandering heart. This couplet is a masterpiece of imagery. The beloved's curling hair becomes a polo mallet, and the lover becomes the ball, tossed and turned. Even the word restless echoes the circular motion of the game itself, an intentional poetic strategy. Beauty carries responsibility. Careless charm can deeply wound. I fear those who mock the dregs drinkers will one day sacrifice their faith in the taverns of ruin. Dord Keshin in the Persian version, those who drink the dregs are the least hypocritical drinkers. They are honest, poor, and unpretentious. Hafez warns that those who ridicule them may ultimately lose their faith through moral arrogance. Moral superiority often precedes moral collapse. Stand with the people of God, for in Noah's Ark, there is a dust that does not value the flood even for a drop of water. To not buy for a drop of water means to consider something worthless. This dust symbolizes a spiritually grounded human being, someone who remains fearless even before catastrophe. In times of crisis, alignment with integrity is salvation. Do not expect sustenance from the revolving heavens, for this dark bold host will eventually kill its guests. The world is a treacherous host. We are its guests, yet it inevitably leads us to death. Do not anchor your hopes in what is inherently temporary. When one's final resting place is a handful of dust, why raise your palace all the way to the skies? The palace symbolizes wealth, ambition, and excess. Hafez questions the logic of limitless accumulation. Success without meaning is an impressive structure on fragile ground. My Canaanite moon, the throne of Egypt is now yours. It is time to bid farewell to prison. An allusion to Joseph's story in the Quran and the Bible. This couplet speaks of deliverance after patience. No prison is eternal when patience meets merit. O Hafez, drink wine, live freely, and rejoice. But do not turn the Quran into a snare of deception like others do. This is Hafez's boldest moral stance. Wine is not the danger. Freedom is not the danger. Hypocrisy sanctified by religion is. The gravest sin is using sacred texts to deceive others. Sonnet 9 of Hafez begins with renewal, passes through love and illusion, warns against hypocrisy, ends with uncompromising ethical clarity. Hafez teaches us. Live freely, but honestly. Seek joy, but never through deception. If this sonnet spoke to you, like this video. Comment below which couplet resonated most with your life today. Subscribe for more deep readings of Hafez. And here's a small reflection exercise for tonight. Where in my life might sincerity be slipping into performance? Until next time, with poetry with meaning.